What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, the show. Um, I decided to do a quick video, before I went to work this morning. And I was doing my show last night, my radio show, and, you know, a listener called in from the Kansas City area. And mind you, I have over 350,000 people tuned into my show on any given night. Um, my show starts at 6:30 p.m. and usually run till about like 11:30. Depends on how many people that's tuned into my show, at any given time. And I got a caller call in from the Kansas City area last night, and he really had a lot to say. But before I tell you this, I got his consent to talk about this issue um, before I go any further. Okay. Okay. And so he called me and told me that um, he married his wife right after college, right after college, and they had kids. Okay. They had kids. Which I don't suggest no one get married straight out of college. You know what I mean? That's a death sentence. You know what I mean? You should not do that. You know what I mean? You explore the world first, man. Explore your options before you do that. And I apologize for the silhouette, man. You know what I mean? The ambiance or what have you. It's kind of dark in here. Didn't want to do it in over there because there's nothing to anyway. But he called into the show and talked about his marriage. And now his kids are in their teens and 20s and stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. So he called in and told me he said, "Hey, show, how you doing?" I said, "What's going on? Welcome to my show." He said, "Thanks for having me on." I said, "Not a problem." Now, mind you, he sent me an email and wanted to come on my show. He sent me an email as well. So I sent him an email back and told him what time to call in, and the phone lines was open, so he called in. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say his real name is real. I'm going to say his name is Daryl. Okay? And he said that he met his wife. They was dating in high school, then dating in college or something like that. And he had 5 kids by her. And he said that his kids is older now. I think his youngest is 16, and the rest of them is like in their 20s. And so his youngest daughter decided to do an ancestry DNA. That lets you know about your family tree as far as your dad's side, right? You know what I mean? Also, it can let you find out a whole lot of other things, right? Okay. A whole lot of other things, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking to you guys when I say this, okay? When I'm talking about this subject. Excuse me. And they weren't thinking about, the man was a working man, worked a lot of hours, did a whole lot of this to provide for his family. A real family man. Real family man. Worked his tail off, worked a lot of hours and did all this. But working a lot of hours has a lot of consequences. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. There's a lot of consequences, especially in your marriage or your relationship. All right, remember that. Okay. So he said he worked a lot of hours. He did, he tried to provide for his family to make sure that they had a substantial type of living, lifestyle of living rather. And he didn't question for 20 years, he didn't question if those kids were his, right? So once again, his youngest daughter, 16, did that ancestry thing where they find out, who your ancestors was. Okay. So the test came back. Okay. And it was some questionable um, um, paperwork that came back with it, telling the young girl that her dad wasn't her father. Her dad wasn't her father. Okay. So the guy, so he told me, he said he broke down crying, which, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a man crying every now and again, right? And so he was curious. You know, he said he didn't want to act, he did not want to break down like that in front of his daughter, but you get hit with that type of information, man, what else can you do? You know what I mean? What else can you do? So what he did was got DNA samples from the rest of his kids. Turned out those kids weren't his either. So he confronted his wife about it. She denied everything. See what I'm talking about? She denied everything. Try to throw the guilt trip on him. That's what they do. They try to throw the guilt trip on you, so you say, "Oh, I was just asking," and throw it out the window. No, you be persistent. You asked her. So basically, while he thought that she was the greatest woman in the world, man, you must be out of your rabbit ass mind. Okay, he thought that she was the greatest woman in the world. Turns out she was a straight up whore. All right, and so he questioned her about it. She denied it. You know what I mean? And his kids, you know what I mean, did not want to be around her, did not want to be with her, did not want to deal with her, nothing at all. You know what I mean? All this time, this man was working and providing for his family, and she was somewhere getting her back blown out by Joe Blow. You know what I mean? Joe Blow, Chad, and Dante, some dude from the hood. You know what I mean? Anyway, getting her back blown completely out. And this man was working his butt out trying to provide for his family. It's sickening, man. It's sad. And he asked me what I think I should do. I said, "Are you still, what do you think he should do?" I said, "Are you still with her?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Walk away." He said, "Man, but my kids." I said, "What about them? They know now." Do you want to stay in that relationship, stay in that marriage, knowing this man, knowing this woman, you know what I mean, did that to you? Man, you're gonna end up killing that woman. You know how many YouTube videos on YouTube with dudes, you know what I mean, dudes killing these women over stuff like this. Don't put yourself in no situation like that, man. That's what I told him. I said, "Man, just walk away." I said, "But you're not gonna take my advice, are you?" He got quiet. I said, "You the fool. No disrespect to you, but you the fool." Once again, you don't know what these women doing, man. That's why men are walking away from these black modern women, because they feel like they got other options. Man, if you 35 to 40 years old, you don't have no options. Menopause has kicked in. You know, that little piece full of hair under your chin. You know what I mean? You know, varicose veins and kicked in. You think you still got it, but you don't. You females really think I'm trying to bash you. I'm actually trying to help you, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm trying to help you. You know what I mean? Just like Kevin Samuel said, it ain't yours, it's just your turn. You think that person that you're lying next to, you married to is faithful to you? You don't know what they're doing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week while you're at work or while you gone. You never know what the hell they're doing. I would advise you don't marry none of them and don't get in no relationship with none of them. Just bang them and leave them alone, because that's basically what they're doing with you. What they're doing is they're getting a man to provide for them. Okay, they trying to lock down their security, but at the same time they letting some other dude bang them for free. The dude that they really want to have sex with, bang them for free. Guys, don't get married when you get out of high school, get out of college, man. Explore the world, man. See what the world has to offer to you. My advice to you is to go to the Philippines or go to Thailand, because them Thailand women love black men. This guy did a video on it. You could have seen how beautiful that woman from Thailand was, and did everything. She was feminine. She was a feminine woman. She wasn't no masculine women like these women are now. Think that you owe them something, that you gotta pay for dinner. I wouldn't pay for no woman's dinner. If a woman asks me to go out with her, the first thing I'm gonna say is, who's paying? You know what I mean? You in your 30s, how many times you can got banged out by different dudes and let them hit for free, but you gonna ask me, think I'm a simp and gonna pay for your dinner? I'm not paying for a damn thing for you. That's the first thing I'm going to ask is who's paying, because I'm not paying. One woman going to say, well, you a man, what the hell that's supposed to do with it? That ain't got nothing to do with me being a man. That means me making sure my finances insecure. That's how that works. I wish I would sit up here and take in a woman. I'm talking about some, you want to go out. When I ask you, you say, you say our man supposed to pay, I'm going to walk off from you. There's no more talk. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to say, who's paying? Right then and there. Because I can go eat somewhere. I can come home and cook me a good meal. I ain't got to take your ass out. I don't care how fine you are. That don't mean nothing to me. That means absolutely nothing to me. I just want to do this quick video for you guys, man. Here's the thing. This is what I want you guys to understand. I'm not trying to bash you, ladies. I'm trying to make you think about. I'm trying to make you think about a whole lot of things and make you change your mentality of how you do things. Because you getting older. A woman get old like milk. Men get old like wine. Because when that peace sleeve get old, you don't have nothing to bargain with, do you? Right? Food for thought. Everything I talk about, I've done extensive research on it. Look it up. 83% of marriages is initiated by women. Divorces is initiated by women. What they tell you. So why would you get married? This your main man of the show. Y'all have a great day. Peace.